Imagine that your first job paid minimum wage and you are struggling to take care of your family. People shouldn't have to struggle to take care of their family. That's why we should raise minimum wage. Our first argument is government programs. Based on my research, raising minimum wage would help people not need programs such as SNAP. Another name for SNAP is food stamps. According to Economic Policy Institute, other programs we would no longer need are housing assistance, Medicaid, energy assistance, also known as LIHEAP, and supplemental nutrition for women and children. Raising minimum wage would help people so they won't need government programs because they would be making more money and they would be able to pay for their needs. If we no longer need programs, it would save the economy $46 million. Next, minimum wage should be raised because it would help reduce poverty and families that are currently under the poverty line. In the article, the benefits of raising minimum wage, the minimum wage is $7.25, so the earnings per year for minimum wage workers is $15,080, which is $4,000 below the poverty line. The fact that people aren't making enough money to take care of their families illustrates that they are falling under the poverty line and can't take care of their families. Another argument is minimum wage should be raised because many businesses are raising their pay workers already. As stated by Rebecca Hiscotch, author of the article 7 Companies That Aren't Waiting for Congress to Raise Minimum Wage. Companies aren't making minimum wage. Companies are raising minimum wage without government approval because they want to make employees' lives better and want people to see that they are being successful. The most logical conclusion we can draw from this evidence is that if we raise minimum wage, people would be more happy at their job and also more successful because they would feel better about themselves. Minimum wage should be raised because government programs would not be needed. People would be raised above the poverty line, and businesses are currently raising minimum wage.
Opponent may say minimum wage should be raised because it would lower the usage of the government assistance programs. We disagree because if they raise the minimum wage, then there would be fewer hirings for those jobs. Because if they pay workers more, then they will not be able to afford more workers. People would then not be hired. So it would raise the government assistance programs. Therefore, minimum wage should not be raised.
My opponent may say that
Just pick one.
okay. My opponent may say that businesses will close if minimum wage is raised. In California, it has improved job growth when the minimum wage was raised in California, according to the United States Department of Labor, because if you raise it everywhere, the stores will improve employment and job growth. The United States, therefore, businesses would close, but they are wrong. The court says United States Department of Labor.
My opponents have said if they raise minimum wage, there will be less hiring in businesses. But I disagree. By raising minimum wage, it would make By raising minimum wage, it would make employees work harder. According to President Obama in his weekly address on October 11, 2014, America deserves a raise right now, and America should forever be a place where your hard work is rewarded. This is significant because the president is supporting raising minimum wage. Yeah.
My opponent may say minimum wage should be raised because it would make people money. We disagree because if they pay workers more money, then the prices will raise on the products, or the business company will shut down. In the article, Minimum Wage, Maximum Harm, talks about how the store named Borderlands that specializes in science fiction and horror books will be going out of business due to the increase of minimum wage. Borderlands store lived through the raising of e-commerce, book giant, Amazon, and ebooks. That shows that raising the minimum wage is actually more effective than all the big competitors. Therefore, minimum wage should not be raised.
While my opponents may say that we should raise minimum wage, my teammates and I have said that raising minimum wage is a bad idea for people because raising minimum wage will cut benefits. Based on my research and will not reduce poverty, stated it will cut health insurance, also their job training, which would make them a less productive company and they would start losing money. After an interview between the author of Raising Minimum Wage Will Not Reduce Poverty and a worker at SeaTac Hotel, she likes but also didn't like her $15 pay and vacation. This shows that we shouldn't raise minimum wage because workers will lose their 401k and other benefits, help when they need it.
My opponent may say that if we raise minimum wage, it would eliminate benefits such as vacation, paid sick days, 401k. According to the United States Department of Labor, if minimum wage is raised, it won't matter that we don't get paid those sick days because we're getting more money when you're working, so it will cover the sick days that you need paid. People need to be paid sick days because if their loved ones need to be nursed back to health, everybody needs those days to cool down on those ruthless, hard days at work. Getting paid for 401k could help them in the future. Therefore, my opponent says if raising minimum wage would eliminate benefits, we disagree because people would be paid